I remember the first war, the way the sky burned, the faces of angels destroyed.
Hello everyone and welcome to another video review by Centipede Geek and Ash. Today we are going to talk about a film by the name of Oblivion. Oblivion comes to us from the director of Tron Legacy. Sorry, I forget his name. Anyways, the director of Tron Legacy, and Oblivion stars actors such as Morgan Freeman and Tom Cruise. And pretty much what the main plot of Oblivion is we have a post-apocalyptic film. It takes place like hundreds of years in the future, right? On this Earth that has pretty much been destroyed. There's not much of Earth left. And I don't want to say too much more, but pretty much we have our character, Tom Cruise, and he doesn't remember anything. And that's the whole point. His memory has been wiped clean. He has no memory of who he used to be. He keeps having visions of his past, and that's pretty much the gist of the movie. I don't want to say too much more, but he was forced to marry this girl and that whole thing. And I don't want to say any more because that's pretty much the gist. So we have post-apocalyptic Earth, hundreds of years in the future, and we have a character that doesn't remember anything of his life because his memory was wiped clean. That's the gist of Oblivion without saying too much. Anyways, Ashley, let's have you go first. What did you think of the sci-fi film by the name of Oblivion?
I really enjoyed Oblivion. I really did like it. Now, I like Tron Legacy, but, comparing these movies, you can't because they're
Besides maybe the visual aspect, they're both pretty visually arresting.
Yeah, they both have great
I imagine Tron probably has better, it's because it's a little more, I haven't seen it personally, so I can't say.
They're two different movies from each other, but both are, equally as great visually and, story-wise. But Oblivion was so good for, not only the visual aspect, but because of the story that went along with it.
That's what made it so good.
I'm not a super duper Tom Cruise fan.
I love Tom Cruise.
Really could care less about Mission Impossible movies. But he did great in this movie.
He was amazing.
I loved this movie. Ratings, I'd probably give it a 10 out of 10, yeah.
Think so?
Yeah.
So you think Tom Cruise's performance was average or above average, or?
Well, I liked him in this movie then.
Well, I'm just saying, just this movie, just considering this movie.
Considering this movie alone,
you think it was
did really well.
Above average, you think?
Yeah.
What about Morgan Freeman, without revealing who he is?
I love Morgan Freeman.
Because it's a twist, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is kind of a twist. But I did love Morgan Freeman. I mean.
So you think he was above average or just regular?
Well, I mean, I love.
Yeah, of course.
Freeman,
yeah, he's always above average, right? He's always great.
I mean, there is no low spot for him. He's just one of those actors where it's just.
So, anything else you want to say about it? The thing I loved about Oblivion so much was I went into this film expecting a just sort of sci-fi action movie. I wasn't expecting anything too deep, emotional, romantic. I was expecting just kind of your average sci-fi film. I wasn't, with some good action scenes. But once you start watching this, it's kind of slow, you know what I mean? Like, and I love the film. It's a good thing that it's slow. You know what I mean?
But it's not too slow where it's boring.
Yeah, it's slow in a good way. They introduce things slowly, and about halfway through the film, you have this huge twist. I won't say what the twist is, because I don't want to give it away. But you have this huge twist that catches a lot of people off guard. It caught me off guard, at least. And I was like, whoa, I didn't expect the film to be this deep.
Yeah.
It starts to have like this underlying element between it. You start to find out why his memory was wiped and what's actually going on. And you're like, whoa. And of course, you know, Tom Cruise, I like Tom Cruise personally. I think he's really cool. I like him in Interview with the Vampire a lot. That's probably his best movie he's ever been in. But he, you know, Tom Cruise, he really stole the show in Oblivion. I really liked him, and then that red-haired girl, the one that he's supposed to be with.
Yeah.
I really thought they were both really cool. You know, I like both their characters. Tom Cruise better, of course. But Tom Cruise, I really thought he was really good in this. Had some great dialogue. But the main thing about the movie was I wasn't expecting just a sci-fi action sort of movie, and I walked out saying, you know, wow, that ending was amazing. Like, the ending of the movie is the best part. I mean, do you agree? Or
Yes, I full agree.
The ending of the movie was the best part in the entire movie. I didn't expect it to go that deep. I expected just to have kind of your cliche moments and then end. But instead, it introduced all these cool things, and I was like, wow, this is cool. It had some really nice action scenes, but the cool thing about Oblivion, the sci-fi movie, it's not just an action movie, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like G.I. Joe, that's just an action movie, you know what I mean? But for a movie like this, it had some drama in there, it had some romance in there, it has all these other elements in there that comprehend it, you know, that complicate it, and just overall make it a better movie. And Morgan Freeman was absolutely just great in the film. I mean, Morgan Freeman, his dialogue is great. I love him. I love the moment he appears. It's in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler. So if you watch the trailer. Anyways, he lights the cigar, you know, and it lights up his face. He has the sunglasses on. That was awesome. That was great. I mean, I love how he first appears, and you're like, you know, what's going on? So that was a great moment when that happened. Morgan Freeman comes into play also towards the end. Morgan Freeman is amazing in this movie. I really liked Morgan Freeman's character. So what do you think of Morgan Freeman? I know you always like him, but...
Yeah, I always liked him, so... I mean, he was great in this.
So what do you think, visual-wise? Like, what do you think of the whole eye candy? I mean, how does that work?
Well, just not, like, only, like, the vehicles, like, their
ships were cool, yeah.
He used, like, this thing that flies around, you know, and it's really cool, it's, like, sitting in this big, huge thing.
You feel like, the cool thing is you feel like you're in the ship with him.
Yeah.
Because of the way they view it, they show it, like, shooting from his angle sometimes, and you feel like you're in it with him.
Yeah.
Like, it's, like, spinning around, and the rocks are flying around him, and you, like, the cool thing about the movie is the setting's great, you know, this Earth, and you really feel like this Earth is nothing left, especially, this scene's also in the trailer, the scene where he starts to talk about the football game, it was a great win, hands are in the air, that was a cool scene. It really gives you this sense of feeling that you really feel like you
are in the future.
You feel like you're, yeah, exactly, that's a good way to describe it, good job. You really feel like you're there with the character of Tom Cruise, wondering why you're there, because his character's not supposed to question what's going on.
Right.
But that's the whole plot of the movie. He is questioning what's going on. He's wondering why his memory was wiped, and he's not supposed to. That's the whole plot of the movie.
Right.
So it has this really nice, interesting concept that blends drama, romance, and action, and really cool sci-fi elements, just to wrap up, to display a great movie all around.
Yeah.
So visual-wise, it's really great. It's got some great action sequences. Really cool stuff. Great concept and just great everything. Really enjoyed it. So any last-minute comments about Oblivion?
Nope.
About it? Okay, well, 10 out of 10?
10 out of 10?
Me, 10 out of 10 too. Once again, thanks for watching another video review by Centipede Geek and Ash for the sci-fi film by the name of Oblivion. Once again, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the page below, and we'll see you guys later for more movie reviews by Centipede Geek and Ash.